This next story is actually a real moment. Blacc Sam, Nipsey Hussle's brother, had a sit-down conversation with Big Boy from Real 92.3. Blacc Sam hasn't done too many conversations, too many interviews since Nipsey Hussle's passing. And it's, you know, Nipsey Hussle was one of those guys that walked around with Jesus energy. I just did a 2-hour conversation with Daylight. He said the same thing. Glasses Malone has said the same thing. Those of us who've been around Nipsey and know Nipsey, we understand his heart, his impact, his energy, and how he's more than anything else. He represented the possibilities in our community. And so in this conversation, Blacc Sam talks about a few different points that surrounded that tragic time period. Let's take a look. All right, so this first one, he is detailing his last conversation with Nipsey.
And Adam, my cousin Adam, and just had a long talk with bro. Not to get into too much detail, but there was a lot of big politics getting into certain people. Hustle had DJ Khaled in the hood. Not to be speaking too much on shit, but we came front line like we always do. And, niggas gonna know we gonna crash out behind it. We not playing, and nobody saying nothing to Khaled, and nobody doing nothing to Khaled, and he's straight. And Hustle, frontline that. And, we felt like certain people didn't like that. And did the video. Khaled got out of there perfect and smooth. And, we appreciated Khaled for showing up and coming to the hood and doing the video. And, we knew that this was gonna be one of them videos, man. Hustle brought DJ Khaled to the hood and, had John Legend in the other scene. So we at Wally's and we just chopping it up about a lot of shit, man. Just, making sure that we on point in security. And when we pull up, it's, we like Hustle, when you pull up to the shop, call us. He like, bro, I'm not calling you niggas when I pull up. I'm not calling you niggas when I pull up. And we like arguing and just, but turn into, a little bit of that, and then back to
Yeah, I mean, so that was from one of the last songs that Nipsey shot was Higher with DJ Khaled. So that's the first time I've actually heard Blacc Sam discuss that last conversation. Blacc Sam is Nipsey Hussle's brother. Here's another clip here where he talks about how after Nipsey was murdered, they couldn't find a place that will hold the funeral. Listen to this.
Funeral handled the right way, and we're trying to hit churches and, black churches, black preachers, and nope.
They were afraid to touch it?
So we couldn't find a venue. So that we just like, this is crazy, man. Then I think Karen Sybil came and was like, we gonna figure this out. And she reached out and ended up like, man, we got the Staples Center on deck. And I think, LeBron and Live Nation, Rock Nation, everybody pulled their resources together and made phone calls. And, after weeks and weeks, and we're like, well, we can't get a venue. Like, look, this is, we got the Staples for bro. And so.
I mean, that right there lets you know the power and influence and respect that Nipsey had within his community. I don't want to speak to the perspective of these pastors and these churches, but there's a history of Nipsey being able to conquer things when all the albatrosses were erected in front of him. Big shout out to Karen Civil and LeBron James for securing the Staples Center. I'd covered Nipsey Hussle in my entire career, truthfully. But here's a clip of the video that I put out that week of his passing. And take a listen to Blacc Sam describe how they were able to buy the corner market where the Marathon store sits. Like all of LA showed up and showed out to celebrate the life and mourn the loss of Rameus Ascadome, also known as Nipsey Hussle. Over 20,000 people attended the memorial service held that morning at the Staples Center, home to the Los Angeles Lakers, Clippers, and Kings. The last time such a service took place at that venue was in 2009 after the passing of Michael Jackson, the king of pop. The funeral procession stretched 25.5 miles from DTLA down Vermont Avenue towards Watts, then Inglewood, making a stop on Crenshaw and Slauson, where the legendary artist was tragically slain on March 31st, 2019. That intersection is now hallowed ground for multiple reasons. It's the location of Nipsey's Marathon clothing store. Nipsey invested in all businesses in the mini mall, and when local law enforcement began pressuring the owners to kick Nipsey out of the lot, as his brother Blacc Sam described during the memorial, they found a way to buy it.
I don't know how we did it, you know? And that was a big thing for Bro, man, because he used to sell CDs out the trunk. You know, he used to be in that parking lot, and they used to try to kick him out of the lot. And y'all know what we went through with the police in that lot. And I don't know if anybody knows, we had got a 30-day notice. And it was kicking us out of all the businesses that we own in the lot. And the owner was like, man, I'm so sorry. The district attorney and the police, they putting pressure on us, said we could lose this property if we don't kick you guys out the lot. I remember this used to be a vacant lot. People used to be scared to rent the lot. You guys came here, you changed it. People are pulling up. Every lot is rented. And at this point, if you guys still are interested in buying the lot, you know, rather than kick you guys out, we were willing to sell it to you. We shook hands and said we do want to buy the lot. We didn't know how we was gonna do it, honestly. And Nip went on a scramble. I went on a scramble, tapped in with JP, the whole team, and I honestly don't know how we did it, but we was able to close and get the lot. Nip was so proud of that, so happy of that accomplishment.
I mean, that's one of the most inspiring stories, you know, and I didn't know about the challenges with getting a place to hold the funeral, but seems like something similar happened with Nipsey. He's just one of those energies. When he put his mind to something, he put his heart into something, it worked for him. He brought people together. You know, I was listening to Victory Lap the other day, and it's one of the most inspirational albums for me personally, maybe that I've ever heard. You know, Hustle and Motivate, just the keys on that song alone. But there was always an underlying inspiration to everything that Nipsey was and how he moved. I mean, the encouragement he gave me personally throughout my career was surprising to get from someone of his stature, but resonated deeply and pushed me past a number of points where I just felt like, you know, that I was fed up. And I think he had that kind of impact on everybody, everyone he encountered, and probably everyone who ever heard his music. In this last clip here, Blacc Sam talks about what actually happened that day. What happened the day that Nipsey Hussle was murdered by Eric Holder?
In the doorway with a pistol. That's protocol when Hustle pull up. So it's Sunday. It's busy in there. Why the niggas in there didn't follow the protocol? I wasn't there. Why they didn't follow it? Maybe they was fucking around helping the customer, doing some fucking customer service. This is what I'm thinking, trying to, you know, transition into some legitimate selling clothes. But nobody was in the doorway. And from my understanding, old boy walked up with no shirt on first to check the scene because he know what's going on in that parking lot. And had a conversation. Probably seen nobody was in the doorways. Checked Hustle had on shorts. Checked everybody else. Left. They say came back with a red shirt on. Tiptoed through the alley and went right and started shooting. So to me, that's premeditated. Number one, there's no red shirts in the hood. You can't buy no red shirt. No liquor store sell no red shirt. Number two, when a nigga come through the alley with a red shirt, that's the throw off. Or the Bloods did it. Or the Inglewood families did it. Or the BPS, that's the throw off, red shirt. So for me, he felt he was supposed to do a job, or somebody sent him or whatever, and he was nervous. He was supposed to hit that alley with that red shirt immediately, but he didn't do that. He came in and he wanted to check the scene. He wanted to make sure he wasn't getting into a shootout. And that's my thoughts on it. You understand? So, and can't nobody tell me nothing about that, because it just don't make no sense. It's not random, you know. I know Hussle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm speechless about this conversation. I'm moved by everything Nipsey Hussle, to be honest. And he really was a titan of positivity, a titan of community, a titan of culture. And seeing Blacc Sam even talk about these things is a big deal. You know, Nipsey was someone who the police even spoke positively of after his passing, you know, which is rare in itself. I mean, here's the clip. Check this out. During the press conference following Nipsey Hussle's murder, the LAPD commissioner shared an email that Nipsey had sent, hoping to open a dialogue between the police and the community. Check this out.
This was dated February 26th. Our goal is to work with the department to help improve communication, relationships, and work towards changing the culture and dialogue between LAPD and the inner city. We want to hear about your new programs and your goals for the department, as well as how we can help stop gang violence and help you help kids. So takes time to set up meetings. We did. Was set up for a week on yesterday. And Chief called me on Sunday and told me, this was 15 minutes after, that that Nipsey Hussle had been assassinated.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the type of person Nip was, man. That's the impact he had on his community, on every layer of his community, fans worldwide, on culture, and in history. To be honest, his legacy will live on, you know, much longer than we do. And take a look at this interview with Blacc Sam. He doesn't speak often, and this is a very vulnerable conversation that touches on a number of. It's a wide-ranging look at something that I know has got to be incredibly painful to share. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. It's all happiness.
Justin Hunte is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunte is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom bapping. Systematical culture views that's radical, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dapping them. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, y'all, you don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunte is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunte is here, it's all happening. It's all happening.